was the season to be jolly indeed, even in these halls at the Philippine Senate. Every lawmaker's office festively adorned for Christmas. Well, except for room 502. It was business as usual inside this room during the holidays as the staff prepared its usual paperwork, focused and functioning like a well-oiled machine. Everyone seemed productive, even if the boss was nowhere in sight. Instead, a blue scarf occupies her seat.
Kulay blue is one of those sinusuot niya. Symbolic para sa amin dahil in her absence, nilagay namin yung scarf na yon to remind us na tuloy pa rin ang trabaho, at saka very symbolic yung kulay because kulay blue ang favorite color ni Ma'am.
Man is Opposition Senator Leila de Lima, who was arrested on drug-related charges and has been detained in a police camp since February 2017.
Dumating na po ang arresting team ng CIDG sa bahay po ni Senadora Leila de Lima doon po sa Parañaque.
The neophyte senator, who once served as Justice Secretary during the Aquino administration, is accused of receiving dirty money from convicted drug lords serving time at the new Bilibid prison and turning a blind eye on the illegal drug trade happening inside the National Penitentiary. Watching Senator de Lima's arrest was difficult for her family. Her brother Vicente II, or Vic Boy, remembers that fateful night.
Sad thing for us. I was there when they were trying to arrest her in her house. I think the night of February 24. It was a sad development, and we prayed for her safety. Well, on that particular night, she already told us, see guys, see, I already told you that this would happen. Because as early as October and November, she already heard of the plans of this administration to put her behind bars.
Ilang beses ko na po yan dinenay. So I'm denying it again.
The senator vehemently denies the allegations made by prison gang leaders turned witnesses. Coming from a family of public servants in Iriga City, Camarines Sur, Vic Boy recalls how his eldest sister Leila grew up to be the strong woman that she is.
Yung pagiging headstrong, pagiging principled ng aming kapatid ay nakuha niya po yan sa mga pagtuturo ng aming mga magulang. Siguro po malaki din pong impluwensya yung nabigay nung lolo namin. He would tell stories about the virtue of democracy by the Americans. In fact, would still say right now the speech of Abraham Lincoln, the Gettysburg Address. 87 years ago, our fathers brought forth into this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are equal. Those words, all men are equal. At a young age, we've been hearing this, and including my sister.
It was no surprise to the family, especially for Vic Boy, that Leila would pursue a career in public service, similar to their father, the late Comelec Commissioner Vicente de Lima.
Pumunta po dito sa Maynila para mag-aral sa Lasal, and then mag-aral sa pagka-abogas siya sa San Beda, and then nung nagkumuha po siya ng bar, siya po ay nag-top 10, mukhang number 8 po siya. Tuwang-tuwa din po yung tatay ko noon at mga magulang ko. At tuwang-tuwa kami mga kapatid.
Ilang araw bago magtapos ang termino ni Pangulong Gloria Arroyo, binigyan siya ng palpak na grado ni Human Rights Chairperson Leila de Lima.
Been successful in some and not successful in others. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. Ginagawa ko lang po ang aking trabaho. Wala po akong ibang motibo.
Inanata naman ni Justice Secretary Leila de Lima si Vice President Jajamar Binay. Ayon kay de Lima, imbes na questionin ang investigasyon ng DOJ, sagutin na lamang ni Vice President Binay ang aligasyon ng katiwalian laban sa kanya.
I will face the charges fabricated though. I will face them in court.
With due respect,
I disagree that these cases are fabricated. We will never have...
Well, that is my opinion.
I respect your opinion, sir, but we would never would have filed those cases. Madam. We would never have filed those cases.
Handling controversial cases as the chair of the Commission on Human Rights, and later as the Secretary of Justice, catapulted her to prominence in the national political scene.
Having a high profile is not necessarily bad, right? Like in the case of my sister, she's in public service. What is important for us, what is important in the family, is that if we pursue a dream or if we pursue a particular path, we give it our best.
We are called to perform, to deliver a performance which meets the definition of justice. 100% justice for all persons.
When his sister took a job in government, she swore to uphold public interest. And that's something their late father always used to remind them of.
Isa sa mga advice sa amin ng aking tatay nung nabubuhay pa siya, especially nung naging Secretary of Justice si Leila, ay sabi niya sa akin, ng tatay namin, as much as possible, don't go to her office. Don't visit her in her public office. You know, avoid intrigues, avoid controversies, because your sister, our sister Leila, is holding a very delicate position in government. So that's how we were raised. We were raised never to take advantage of position and all that stuff.
If there is nothing to hide, the investigation should be welcomed with open arms and not questioned at every turn for irrelevant reasons.
Early on, Vic Boy and their family knew Leila was destined for greater things.
When my father was alive, I think he was discouraging our sister to run for public office. But in the case of my sister Leila, when she informed us that she was running for senator after her stint as the Department of Justice Secretary, she explained it to us that she believes being a senator is a natural progression from what she has been doing as a chairperson of the Human Rights as well as a Department of Justice Secretary. She believes that she can do a lot of good for the country. That's why our family wholeheartedly supported her when she ran for election for the Senate.
31 years in law practice prepared Senator De Lima for a job in politics. But her family was never prepared for the life that entailed.
It hurt a lot for us to hear a lot of attacks against her, most especially because most of the attacks, if not all of the attacks, were based on lies, were based on fake news. They attacked her of being a protector of drug lords, when in fact she was very much against. She had a campaign when she was the Secretary of Justice against the drug lords in the Bilibid prison.
Here is the woman.
The administration maintains that the drug-related cases filed against De Lima are valid and prove the wheels of justice are at work. But her family sees it as nothing but political persecution, which all started when De Lima spearheaded a Senate probe on cases of extrajudicial killings in the government's drug war.
Panig siya sa podium, tapos suminto siya para kamayan si Leila. So, after nung kamayan, there were a lot of cheers, di ba? So, we thought na ito na, di ba?
De Lima's investigation in aid of legislation had ruffled feathers, and no less than President Rodrigo Duterte spoke ill of it in public.
She was very headstrong in running after the corrupt people, in running after drug lords, in running after criminals. And now, there are people saying, spreading in the new social media, spreading that she is supposed to be a protector of drug lords. Even some of the highest officials in our land are telling lies about her because of her crusade against extrajudicial killings of this government. If she were guilty, would be to escape, would be to go to another country. Pero hindi po siya lumabas, hindi po siya tumakbo. Ang sabi niya po ay haharapin niya yung mga akusasyon sa kanya dahil wala siyang kasalanan dun sa mga paratang sa kanya.
Yung 294 days of unjust detention ni Sen Leila sa krame. So,
as days turned to weeks, then months, Leila's detention had a chilling effect and it was surely felt by those fighting for her cause. Her brother thinks this is the time when the unwavering support of those who still believe in De Lima counts the most.
We know our sister. You know, her strength is in her having a particular stand, a principled stand. Once you start asking her to compromise her belief with some convenience, then she would not be an effective leader. In that sense, she's not really a politician. She does not know how to compromise her principles. That could be one of her weaknesses, but you know, that's actually her strength. The best way for us, her loved ones, is to support her, to give her unconditional support.
Senator De Lima's staff understands the complications brought about by her detention. It's now on them to make sure she still gets her job done, even behind bars.
We're back to parang old school, di ba? Wala siyang internet, wala siyang laptop, walang computers, walang cellphone. So, ginagawa namin, piniprint namin lahat ng mga, halimbawa, resolutions, bills, press releases, and other communications. Piniprint namin yun, tapos pinapadala namin sa kanya everyday. Merong physical challenge, plus the fact na merong time constraint, urgent. So, bilang ka ng oras at araw para maibigay sa kanya at mailabas. Ito yung Time Magazine na dalawa sila ni Presidente Duterte tsaka siya kasama doon sa most influential. What makes it meaningful for us is that nasa detention siya, di ba? And with all the atake sa kanya, people and international organizations are recognizing her efforts. Binigyan siya ng Global Thinker for 2017. This is the recent.
International news organizations took notice of De Lima's crusade for human rights against the backdrop of the bloody war on drugs.
It's a great source of joy and pride for us that the international community, prestigious organizations like Time Magazine, like Foreign Policy Magazine, like Amnesty International, recognize her for her contribution to the advocacy of human rights. So we're really very happy.
But for all the accolades the lawmaker has received, nothing beats the feeling of hearing words of encouragement from her supporters.
Isang professor sa Hong Kong, sinulatan siya. So, every now and then, nagpapadala siya ng sulat, sumasagot si Sen Leila. But this one is a surprise because Sen Leila, hindi niya kakilala itong sumulat na to. Sa professor, mentored it actually nila Joshua Wong, yung mga leaders ng protest leaders.
Complete strangers going out of their way to extend their support to the senator fill her with gratitude. Whenever she can, she writes them back and has her staff send her reply.
Ito galing sa isang organization, ang pangalan ay Dampi, sa online-based organization na sumusuporta kay Sen Leila.
Senator Leila, dito po kami sa opisina mo para mapin namin na nandito ka at sana sa totoong buhay ay sa isang taon ay nandito ka na.
Messages of support have also flooded her team's social media accounts. The staff members take note of these and inform the detained senator about them, if only to inspire her to live, to fight another day.
Ito dinadala yung mga request ng for financial assistance, medical assistance, and other communications dito tinatanggap.
Despite the senator's absence, staff members like Ferdy try their best to make sure no project is left idle, especially when the recipients need them the most.
Kami ang extension niya, kami ang bumababa sa mga tao at nagpapahatid ng kanyang advocacy. Meron kaming education program, tinuturuan namin sila yung mga karapatan ng mga tao, lalo na yung mga naging biktima na pamilya ng mga naging biktima ng EJK.
Ito yung isa sa mga pinaka-importante kung bakit kami nag-pouch kasi ito yung message support na basically heavy to sa social media page namin, sa Leila de Lima page. So yung mga pinapost namin doon pag may mga messages na from her supporters na include rin namin dito. Kaya yung mga followers sa webpage niya. So para kasing nakakabuhay ng loob rin ni Senday. Tapos yung sa ito yung lang namin sa memes, kung ano yung mga viral na tweets or memes sa social media. So,
by lunchtime, the papers are ready. Staff member Jet Belen is tasked to deliver today's news and important documents to the Senator. Less than an hour, he's back, along with instructions from his boss.
Kasi ito, nakuha na namin yung mga PRs namin for approval kahapon. So, yun, may mga okay siya. May mga okay siya dito. May mga corrections yung iba. Tapos, may mga, ito yung mga pinapasok namin yung mga articles. May mga suggestions siya na gagawa namin ng social media cards para post namin sa Facebook page. Very hands-on siya. Siya yung boss talaga na hindi talaga kami yung magde-decide lang sa sarili namin. Dapat pinapa-approve namin lahat sa kanya. Tapos very, pag may suggestion siya, sabihin niya sa amin. Ganoon rin kung may suggestions kami na napipitch rin namin sa kanya.
Madami itong mga dispatches and we compiled it dito. Ito yung recent, December 6, ito yung pagkatapos niyang matanggap yung award ng Global Thinker. So, tuwa siya sa recognition. So, sumulat siya ng isang maikli, 2 pages na dispatch. Nagpapasalamat din sa award, nagpapasalamat din sa mga supporters, diba? Dahil yun ang nagpasabi niya, thank you all for the deep comfort. Kasi yun nagpapalakas ng loob niya.
Another day spent at Camp Crame will not be complete without a dispatch from the Senator. These are handwritten notes which her staff will later post on social media.
Kahit pa paano, she's also able to communicate in a very old school way. She writes dispatches on a daily basis. She gives her opinion about important issues in the country right now, and thanks to media, these things are being shared to the country. So I think all is not lost. She continues to fight. Many people continue to hear her out. Many people continue to believe in her. After visiting my sister in Camp Crame, of course, I tried to post something in my Facebook. As I've said, I want to share this with my family members, my relatives, supporters of Leila. They want to know what's happening with her. So, ang ginagawa ko po ay nagpo-post po ako sa Facebook ko. Sinusulat ko po dito kung ano po yung mga nangyari nung bumisita po ako sa kanyang custodial center sa Crame. Kinikwento ko po kung ano yung mga sharings na ginawa doon sa misa. Kasi po, makikita po ng mga nagbabasa kung ano pong pinag-uusapan. Makikita din po kung sino yung mga bumibisita sa kanya. O yung mga sinasabi nila ay talagang nakaka-inspire sa kanya. Kay Leila, nakaka-inspire din sa aming pamilya na nakita po namin doon na marami pong tao ang naniniwala sa kanya.
For Vic Boy's part, he recounts every visit by posting his own insights on his social media account. He uses the same platform to make sure his sister's advocacy carries on.
earlier this month, noong December, meron pong inorganize na Oplan Talk Run. Since ako po ay isang runner din, ginawa ko po ay sumali po ako doon na isang fundraising activity as well as an educational activity about EJKs. At sumali po ako doon at ginawa ko rin po ay inimbitahan ko po rin po yung iba kong mga kasama na runners. Kaya kami po ay tumakbo.
As Leila's youngest brother, nothing makes Big Boy happier than seeing his sister drawing strength from her supporters.
Well, siya po ay natutuwa. Siya po ay nagkakaroon ng magandang smile. Ang sinasabi niya po ay mas lalo siyang nai-inspira na ipaglaban ang kanyang ipinaglalaban. At kuminsan na po sa sobrang tuwa niya, sabi niya, susulatan ko to, ipadala mo sa kanya ulit.
Big Boy admits that even now, the family is struggling to cope with Leila's situation. Their elderly mother remains clueless about the ordeal her eldest daughter is facing.
Hanggang ngayon po hindi namin sinasabi sa kanya na ang aming kapatid na si Leila ay nakakulong. Ang pagkakaalam po ng aming nanay ay nasa ibang bansa po ang aming kapatid na si Leila para mag-aral. So yun po, kaya po napagdesisyonan po namin aming magkakapatid kasama na si Leila na huwag isabi sa aming nanay kasi po kung malalaman po ng aming nanay baka po sa sobrang sama ng loob, sobrang pagdaramdam, baka matuluyan na po siyang mawala sa amin. Kuminsan po ay nagkakaroon naman po ng komunikasyon, nagsusulat naman po ang aming kapatid para sa aming nanay at yung nanay naman po namin ay nagsusulat para sa kanya. Nung nakaraan nga pong birthday ng aming nanay noong October, ang nanay po namin nagsulat para sa aming kapatid at si Leila naman nagsulat sa kanya. Medyo napayak po kami doon dahil ang sabi po ng aming nanay ay miss na po niya ang aming kapatid.
I brought several things for my sister as well as for my relatives who will be visiting us. So like this one it's her favorite, jackfruit, langka. This one is melon. Okay. And also and she also likes to eat corn, so I brought corn for her as well as for my relatives as well.
It was the third Sunday of December, and Big Boy made it a point to bring his sister some of her favorites.
As much as possible, habang nandun po siya sa loob ng Camp Crame, na nasa custodial center, as much as possible, gusto ko po na ang kakainin niya po ay para sa kanyang kalusugan. Kasi po, dahil nga she's confined in a certain space, baka po kulang na siya ng exercise. So, kailangan po mas maganda na ang mga kakainin niya ay healthy. Siyempre, nalulungkot pa kami na siya ay unjustly detained sa Camp Crame. Pero kung meron pong kabutihan na nangyayari dito, ay she's healthier now, and secondly, from a spiritual standpoint po, mas naging malapit siya sa Diyos.
Such limited visits kept Leila from feeling alone, especially during the holidays, the saddest yet for the family.
It's hard, but we continue our best to give joy to our mom, even if my sister is not around. We try our best.
The day's visit is over. The family will have to spend the coming days apart. And while his sister continues the fight from inside the custodial center, Big Boy is unfazed, trusting that in time, the truth will set Leila free.
Right now, I think the truth is being victimized. Our family is very confident that our sister is not guilty of all the public charges against her. That if the public knows the truth, they will all believe in Leila.
This week on The Box, smartphones get smarter, a foray into the era of artificial intelligence